Welcome to Change Bites with Rafaa Mustafa, where change management insights are shared in small, practical bites. Tune in for actionable tips and real-world strategies, with an infographic summary available on the Agile-Brainz LinkedIn page and website. Let's dive into today's episode.
Hi, and welcome to Change Bites. Today's focus is on journey maps, a tool that takes us beyond project plans and into the lived experience of people going through change. Change may look on track in a steering committee pack, but feel very different on the ground. Journey maps bridge that gap, showing leaders where people are confident, where they are struggling, and how to steer adoption in ways that deliver real impact. In this episode, we will dive into 4 areas: what journey maps are and why they make a difference, how to create one, a practical example from healthcare, and finally, how you can use the insights to make smarter change decisions. Let's bite into it. So, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a journey map? A journey map is a step-by-step picture of someone's experience as they move through a change. It goes beyond tasks and milestones by showing what people are doing, what they're feeling, and where they hit barriers. Think of it as a timeline of their journey, from the very first interaction with the change through each stage right to the outcome, capturing both what happens and how it feels along the way. Why does that matter? Well, let's talk about it. Journey maps are powerful because they make the invisible visible, surfacing frustrations or stress points that don't show up in a project plan. They build empathy, helping leaders and project teams see the change from the user's perspective. They guide focus, highlighting those moments that matter most, so effort isn't spread thin, but aimed where it really helps. And they reduce surprises, because by mapping challenges early, you can fix them before go live. In short, journey maps shift conversations from assumptions to insights. Now, how do you actually create a journey map? The good news is it's simple. Step 1, define the scope. Decide what part of the change you want to map. It could be broad, like a whole rollout, or specific, like logging in for the first time. Step 2, outline the stages. These are the main steps people go through from start to finish. Step 3, capture the touch points. Every moment where people interact with the change. That might be a system screen, an email, training session, or even a chat with a colleague. Step 4, add the emotions. At each stage, note how people might be feeling: curious, confused, frustrated, or confident. Step 5, highlight pain points and opportunities. Where do things break down? And where could a small tweak make the experience easier? And finally, step 6, visualize it. Turn all of that into a simple timeline or storyboard. The aim isn't to make it fancy. It's to make it easy for others to see the story. With those 6 steps, you've got a journey map that brings the user's perspective in the room and helps guide smarter decisions. Now, let's bring this to life with a real example. Imagine a hospital introducing a new electronic prescribing system. Traditionally, prescribing was simple. Pick up the patient's chart or folder, write down the medicine and dosage, and sign. In the new system, that same process now involves logging in, searching for the patient, selecting the medicine, confirming the dosage, and submitting it electronically. But the journey map reveals a very different reality. At logging, a doctor may feel a mix of curiosity and anxiety. Will this slow me down? During the search, frustration can creep in if the results are overwhelming. When a dosage alert pops up, the reaction varies. Sometimes it reassures, sometimes it irritates. And even after submission, there may still be doubt. Did that prescription actually go through? The pain points are clear. Delays occur when frequently prescribed medicines aren't easy to find. Alerts that interrupt too often cause frustration, and without a clear confirmation, doctors are left uncertain whether the prescription has gone through. Now, here's the opportunity. Simplify the search with a favorites list. Provide a short alert guide so warnings are understood, and add a visible confirmation message. With those adjustments, the same process feels smoother, safer, and more reassuring. And this is where the role of the change manager comes in. We don't change the system ourselves, but we make sure the right people hear what's happening on the ground. It might involve IT fine-tuning the system, the vendor enhancing features, or the SMEs clarifying processes. The change manager leads the conversation, ensuring the user's voice shapes the solution, and the change delivers what it promised. That's the power of a journey map. It doesn't just describe steps, it surfaces the lived experience, so change can be designed to work for real people. So once those system improvements are underway, what's next? Here is where the journey map becomes more than a diagnostic. It becomes a guide. The insights can be used to shape communications, focusing on reassurance at the exact points where users feel uncertain. They can help refine training, zooming in on the trickiest steps instead of covering everything at the same depth. And they give sponsors and executives the evidence they need for decision-making, whether that's approving extra training, prioritizing enhancements, or investing in additional support where it will make the biggest impact. In other words, the map keeps paying dividends long after the workshop. So, what should you take away from today's episode? A journey map is a simple but powerful way to capture how people really experience change. Not just the steps, but the emotions and barriers along the way. Creating one is straightforward. Define the scope, outline the stages, capture touch points, add emotions, spot pain points, and visualize the story. Our prescribing system example showed how maps reveal hidden friction points, like clunky searches, intrusive alerts, or missing confirmations, and guide practical fixes. And most importantly, journey maps give change managers the insights to lead conversations, to shape training and communications, and help executives make better decisions, so change not only lands but sticks. Thanks for tuning into Change Bites. remember to check out the Insights snapshot on my LinkedIn page. Until next time, keep shaping change that works every step of the way.
Thanks for tuning in to Change Bites. We hope these insights inspire meaningful change. For more resources, follow Agile-Brainz on LinkedIn and check the podcast notes for all shared links. Be sure to follow the podcast for more tips.